What's going on, guys? My name is Jacob Asperian. I'm a real estate broker that lives and works in Durham region in Canada. However, for this vlog, I'm coming at you live from Vernazza, which is an absolutely gorgeous town in Italy. I'm spending a couple nights here. Jill is getting ready right now, so I figured I'd take some time to record a quick vlog. Quick backstory about myself. I have been in the real estate business for over 13 years now, which means I've spent over 1/3 of my entire life in this business. It's a career I absolutely love. I wouldn't have it any other way. I love every moment of it, and I can't wait to spend another 20, 30 years doing this. Reason for my vlog is over the last couple of years, I've been helping out, teach some classes here and there for some of the newer and younger agents, trying to give them some tips and help them establish their businesses. And I said, you know what, why not start recording some vlogs in regards to this topic? Maybe have some people who aren't in the office watch it, and hopefully I can be of help to somebody out there. So then I started thinking a little bit deeper about it, and I said, you know, why wouldn't I record like a little series, or I don't know, an idea of what would I tell myself from 10 years ago, or when I got into the business? What advice would I give myself now? Now, obviously, 13 years of experience is way too much to kind of condense into one video, and I'm sure I'm learning something every day. We all are. I would never be arrogant enough to think that I know everything. I'm sure I would record myself a video in 10 years teaching myself stuff that I'm doing differently now. However, there are a few things that I wish I had known earlier on, and so I thought I'd just kind of put down a little point form, and hopefully it helps somebody out there. Now, since I said, obviously there's quite a bit of stuff to go over, I'm going to do two different videos. One is going to be kind of the mental aspect of the mental approach you've got to have when you're going into sales of any kind, but especially real estate. And then the next video will be more so business pointers and how to kind of systemize things and do things and what kind of approach you should have. So the absolute most important thing in my mind, and again, most of these things can be kind of used in real life situations. I know I've done a lot of these things in my business as well as my personal life. I'm not giving any personal advice here. I'm not a life coach. I just have seen how it worked for me, and I think it can benefit you if you want to utilize it in your business or your personal life. So first and foremost, I think the most integral part is understanding your big why. And a big why is kind of understanding why you're doing all of this. Now, for most of us, the easy answer is money. You know, a lot of people, but you have to understand that money is not a very good motivator. It's a pretty shallow motivator, if you ask me. I don't think it's something that's going to kind of keep you going if you think it's just all about kind of adding dollars in your bank account or just having a certain amount of money. Now, obviously, money is necessary. We all need it. However, your big why should be to do something greater than money, whether it is go on 2 vacations a year with your family or to travel the world. I really recommend having a bucket list, actually writing your goals down or having an idea of what you want to do, because once you start kind of focusing on that on a consistent basis, you start making decisions based on, is this going to help me get closer to my actual goals? So I wouldn't recommend just stating, I want to have X amount of dollars in the bank account or make X amount of dollars, because that's really boring. And I'm telling you right now, that's not going to sustain you. It's not going to make you happy. Money doesn't bring you happiness. It really doesn't. So when you understand your big why, whether it's spending time more time with family, traveling, or whatever it's going to be, everyone's going to have a different big why. The pain that you're going to go through of waking up early, staying out late, the rejections, all the ups and downs is going to be nothing in comparison to the pain of not accomplishing that big why, right? So that'd be the first thing. You really have to understand and get a good grasp as to why it is that you're doing all of this, all right? Now, aside from that, once you got your big why figured out, I would really recommend, and I wish I had known this, I would have told Jacob from 13 years ago, to, number one, really get used to rejection and not take it so personally. I think it's an issue we all have. We take it personally. We kind of look at, why did they not go with me? Why did they go with somebody else? Especially when it's a friend, family member. Especially when you're starting out, it's tough. Especially when each deal is going to mean so much to you. When somebody that you think a good family friend or whatever it is goes with another agent, you can't take it really personally and take it to heart. You should just be focusing on understanding that that's going to come part of the game. Rejection is always going to be there, embracing that, and also just focusing on how it is you can continue to elevate your game to the point where you're not worried about the rejection. That you know that your clientele is going to come to you because you're offering a level of service that just can't be matched, or you're offering a certain value proposition that nobody else can match. because everybody gets rejected. Everybody goes through it, everybody deals with it, and instead of dwelling on it, as long as you understand it and embrace the fact that it's going to be part of the game, you're going to be 10 steps ahead. And that's one thing I really wish I did a lot earlier on. Now, in addition to that, I think just having an absolutely positive outlook on everything. Now, again, this can be said with life, especially if you're in sales. Rejection is part of the game, and a lot of bad things will happen. You know, deals don't close that you expect them to. Commission checks are few and far between if you're getting started. You go through a cold streak, the bills are adding up. It's very easy to get in this rut of kind of negative thinking. And it really is important to kind of stay positive and understand the fact that it is part of the growing process. It is part of something that everybody goes through, and complaining isn't going to help. Sitting there and talking about how, oh, this deal fell apart or that deal didn't come together. Instead of doing that, focus on putting together the next deal. All right. So a positive outlook is absolutely integral to maintaining the necessary momentum to continue dealing with the ups and downs. So when you get high, don't get too high, and when you get low, don't get too low. Just kind of stay on an even keel and understand it's all part of the process. Lastly, enjoy the process. I wish I had told myself this, or I knew this years ago, to just really embrace the actual process and enjoy the journey, as opposed to being so goal-oriented that you feel as though you haven't accomplished anything until that actual set goal has been completed. Number one, it's not a very fulfilling lifestyle if you're sitting there and you're only going to get happy when your goals get accomplished. Number two, the whole fun of everything is the journey. Even the bad stuff, the negative things that happen, it kind of builds character. You understand that. It's a great book I read, Obstacle is the Way. It just really shows that it builds character. So I recommend you read that book if you have the time. But you know, if you get rejection or reward yourself. So all the ups and downs through the entire journey of getting to your actual goal, you have to embrace it and enjoy the ride, because once you accomplish that goal, a new goal is going to pop up in your head, and you're going to say, okay, let's focus on this and move on. And you're going to act as if that goal you accomplished was absolutely nothing. So other than that, obviously there's a lot more, but I think those are the main ones that really popped up in my head that I wish I kind of knew, that I've learned as I've grown along the way. It's helped me kind of learn things in my own personal life in addition to my business. But if you've got any recommendations, if you're an agent out there watching and you've got a pointer that you would have given to yourself years ago, I would love to hear it. Please comment below. If there's a certain topic you want to talk about, please let me know. I think it's a great way for agents to kind of talk to each other and explain to each other the trials and tribulations that you've gone through. Sales is such an amazing career. It affords us so many opportunities as long as you're willing to dedicate yourself to it and you're willing to kind of put in the time. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be recording a few more along the trip, and yeah, hope you guys have a good one. Let me know if you have any comments or anything you'd like to add. Have a good one, guys.